Hello everybody, this is English for You, the program that helps you improve your English. A very warm welcome. In the studio I have my enthusiastic, intelligent-looking, smiling Fazekas students. How's everybody doing? Kotta?
Fine, thank you.
Great. What's up, Marta?
I'm fantastic.
Great. Victoria, how are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Andrew, what's happening?
Everything's great, thank you.
Excellent. Today's special guests are two actors from Great Britain, Miss Lisa Hewitt and Mr. Gilbert Wynne. Lisa and Hewitt, thank you very much for joining us. Lisa, was it a nice introduction to say two actors? Aren't you insulted?
Well, the word would be actress.
Oh, so I should have said, I have an actor and an actress?
That would be kind, yes.
It does depend, though, doesn't it?
It does. There are some ladies who prefer to be called an actor, you know,
But you're definitely an actress.
I'm definitely an actress.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Right. Yesterday, we went to see a performance to the Merlin Theatre, and the title was Proof. Actually, two of my students have seen the play. Would you please put up your hand? Right, so it's Martin. Just put up your hand. It's Martin and Victoria, and the two others have not seen the play. Gil, I have a problem with this word, proof, because it has a lot of meanings. But here, what does that mean?
What, here in...
In the play, so proof.
Oh, the proof is a prime number proof that me being totally and utterly the most brilliant mathematician in the world at the time of the play, or has been, is what he discovered when he was about 22, I think.
Right, so here proof refers to mathematics.
Oh, yes,
definitely.
yes, absolutely.
So not at the law court or something, it's mathematics.
Mathematics, yeah.
Right.
Of the highest order.
Right, good. Now, we're going to have a couple of names here, and I hope, Victoria and Martin, I hope you do recognize our guests. And I wonder if you can match the names here with the guests. Victoria, please.
Catherine is Miss Hewitt, the actress, and and the father is, what was his name?
Gil.
Just go.
Yes, but in the play, I mean.
Robert.
Robert.
So Robert is the father and Catherine is
right.
the daughter. Fine, thank you very much. Now, in one of the reviews, I've read that this play has been described as a cunning play. Can you help me what it means here? Cunning play?
That's a strange thing to
It
say.
is.
Cunning.
Cunning. Cunning means a bit sly. Or,
Devious.
Deceiving?
Yes.
A little bit
deceptive.
tricky?
Well, I suppose, yes, that could be. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
because it's like a detective story in a way. It's like a whodunit in a way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I'm saying is I'm going to ask Victoria, because she was there yesterday, to try and put the story in a nutshell, not murdering the punchline or the switches in the
plot.
play. The plot. Okay, so Victoria, please.
So we have a family of three, father, daughter, and another daughter. The two of them, our guests, live in Chicago, and the other sister lives in New York, and she earns money. She's supposed to help the family with money, and the daughter looks after the father, who's a most brilliant mathematician, but at the same time, he's considered to be insane in a way, I think.
Oh, very much so.
And then so the daughter looks after him for 5 years, and then he dies, and then they find a proof of this prime number, and the daughter states it's her proof, and the question is whether they believe her or not.
Right. Thank you very much.
Very
Excellent.
good.
Excellent.
Yeah, very good.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Now, we're going to have 4 words here, and I'm turning to you, Lisa and Gil. Would you help us describe these theatre words? You can take turns, or...
Okay.
Who would like to start it?
You can. Age before beauty.
That's very true. Sets, well, that is the swing and the sliding door. You know, usually it's 3 walls, normally. But this is a bit sort of, you know. That is the set. I mean, it's as simple as that. You know, whatever's on the stage is the set.
Thank you very much. Lisa, your turn.
Costumes. These would be the clothes that we'd wear whilst on stage.
Direction. Well, of course, that's someone who is called the director, directs the play, tells us what moves to do, gives us the idea of how to play the characters. You don't always agree, but you do what, they ask. It can be, of course, can be man or woman, I mean, there are many marvellous women directors. And that's it, really. He's in charge.
Thank you. And the last word?
He's the boss.
For Lisa?
Cast. Okay, the cast would be the people, the actors within the play. So in our cast, we have 4 people, us 2 and 2 others, and that would be the cast.
Excellent, thank you very much. This is very nice to have natives in the play, but because you just have to, on the program, because you have just stay here and are getting paid and you don't have to do anything. I mean, the guests do the job. That's fantastic. Now, all right, I asked Marton yesterday to watch the set very carefully, and this is what he came up with. This is his sketch.
Super.
How do you like this?
That is very good.
It's perfect.
So, Marton, would you help us describe what it looked like?
So this is the set of the play, and it's basically a porch of a house. It's got this sliding door which the actors use to come onto the stage.
This is the sliding door, right?
Yes, that's the sliding
Right.
door. I don't know what that wall is really called, actually. It might be some sort of a screen. Is it?
Well,
it's
no,
probably-
it's the wall of the house it's supposed to be. The porch is
Yes.
outside that, outside the house, of course.
Yes. And it's got that swing, which is basically the center of the play. The main things are played sitting in the swing or while going around the swing.
No, absolutely.
And it's got that table and the chair, which doesn't play such a major role in the play, but
I sit on it.
well,
It doesn't, yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
it's not the center of the stage.
No.
Excellent, thank you very much. So I think we can visualize now the whole theatre. As far as the costume, the clothes are concerned, I've read, I mean, the instruction of Mr. David Auburn, who wrote the play, that at the beginning of the play, Lisa is exhausted and haphazardly dressed, and Robert Gill has a rumpled academic look. Now,
And that's just my face.
you must help me with this haphazardly dressed. Haphazardly is a difficult word. So what does that mean, Lisa?
Haphazardly would mean erratically, as if somebody's just thrown clothes on. There's no thought behind it. She's not thinking, that will match with that. It's just whatever's closest and in any way, shape or form.
Excellent, thank you. And would you like to show us a rumpled academic look?
Oh, and don't forget the red ribbon round my waist.
And not too clean.
No, not clean. No.
Not too clean.
Oh, no, not clean.
Right. Now, I'm going to ask you to act out a short scene. And the question is, do you need any props, little things like a revolver or
Knife.
knife, something to cheer the whole thing up? You need any props for this?
We're okay.
You're okay without the props. Excellent.
Yep.
Now, just before you start, you have learned lots of things about the play and about the characters. Kotta and Andrew, would you please listen for this? Do you learn anything new about the characters, maybe their relationship or anything, right? So would you please?
No. I was never very good to do that. That's not too far. Right. Shall we begin?
Yes, let's.
Right. I realise you've had a difficult time.
Thanks.
That's not an excuse. Don't be lazy.
I haven't been lazy. I've been looking after you.
Child, I've seen you. You sleep till noon, you eat junk, you don't work, the dishes pile up in the sink. If you go out, it's to buy magazines. You come back with a stack of magazines that high, I don't know how you can read that crap. And those are the good days. Some days you don't get up, you don't get out of bed.
Those are the good days.
Nonsense. Those days are lost. You threw them away. And you'll never know what else you threw away with them. Work you lost. Ideas you didn't have. Discoveries you never made because you were moping in your bed until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know I'm right.
I may have lost a few days.
How many?
I don't know.
I bet you do.
What?
I bet you count.
Stop it.
Well, do you know or don't you?
I don't.
Of course you do. How many days have you lost?
A month.
Exactly?
I don't know.
How many?
33 days.
Exactly?
I don't know.
Oh, be precise, for goodness sake.
Well, I slept until noon today.
Call it 33 and a quarter days.
All right.
You're kidding.
No.
Amazing number.
It's a depressing number.
Catherine, if every day you say you've lost were a year, it would be a very interesting number.
33 and a quarter years is not interesting.
Now stop it. You know exactly what I mean.
1,729 weeks.
1,729. Great number. The smallest number
Expressible as the sum of two cubes in two different ways.
12 cubed plus 1 cubed equals 1729.
And 10 cubed plus 9 cubed, thank you, we get it.
Yeah. You see? Even your depression is mathematical. Now, stop moping. Get to work. The kind of potential you have.
I have never done anything good.
Haven't you? You're young. You've got time.
Have I?
Yes.
By the time you were my age, you were already famous.
By the time I was your age, I'd already done my best work.
Thank you very much. So this was a short scene from the Pulitzer winner play and the Tony Award Best Performance in New York. So it's really a famous play, and we enjoyed ourselves very much, like Martin and Victoria. Why would you recommend seeing this play? Victoria, please.
I think there was a very interesting problem about it, that is, who can tell you whether you're sane or insane or normal, who has the right to say it, whether you yourself can judge it, and I think it's very thought-provoking in a way.
Right. Martin, would you like to recommend this play?
Probably out of the many things that caught me in this play, that the stage is so close to you, and you can feel part of the play, like you feel right in the middle of the Chicago house.
Did you feel my nerves? Yes, actually. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So how do you feel today after the performance? What's the feeling like? Could you just describe it?
Elated.
Yeah. Much relieved too.
Right.
You know, it just went so well.
Yeah. Now the direction, because we have already covered set, we have already covered the other theatre word costume. Now it comes to direction. You had a Hungarian director, Mr. Magács László. Was it difficult to work with a Hungarian director? I mean, the approach of a Hungarian director is very different from the approach of a British one? Or
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
in what ways? Now that's interesting.
Well, there was no difficulty because Nazi speaks perfect English, and if there were words he didn't know about, his assistant Emma, who speaks beautiful English, isn't she?
Better accent than us.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. Would you know, translate for him. I don't know really. Difference? There's no difference in a sense, is there? In that way, I mean, they direct you, they tell you what to do, and you try and do it. I don't know, really.
So it was good working with.
Yes, it was, yes.
Right.
It was not always easy.
Yeah, it never is.
No, absolutely no. But yes, it was in the end.
Right. Yesterday was, and I have a problem here, was the premiere,
It was.
or,
I thought it
and
was
this
a
is my
preview,
question, or the first night? Which one?
Well, both.
No difference?
Well, a premiere is usually a film, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
when you
premiere isn't an English word now, is it?
Now that's exactly what I want to talk about, because I feel that French words sound more elegant. From 1066, French words have had this sort of snob value.
True.
By this I mean more refined, more sophisticated. So premiere sounds more elegant than just first night. I might be wrong. But we have a couple of frequently used French words in the English language, and I'm turning to you, Kata, because you've been studying French. Would you be so kind as to try and read them out?
I'll try.
Okay.
So, couturier, joie de vivre, de rigueur et savoir-faire.
Yes. Would you put up your hand if you know these words in English, if you know what they mean in English, if you know, say, one of them?
I don't know the exact match.
Right. They are used in English, aren't they? Have you ever used couturier?
Yes, my sister-in-law was one.
Yes. So what are the words you sometimes use, Gil?
Oh, I'm full of the second one, aren't I?
I think we both are. Yes,
Oh,
we're
that's
both
true,
full
yeah.
of de rigueur. Yes, I think I've used that before.
Right. So can you come up with the English equivalents like couturier,
Dress designer.
fashion designer, dress designer? Thank you very much. How about joie de vivre?
Oh, lots of...
Love for life, or
for life.
happiness for life,
Yeah, full of enjoyment,
and energy and.
energy,
Yeah, now
joie
you
de
can think of it, you have
vivre.
twice as much as I have.
Have you ever used this really, joie de vivre?
I don't use it, no. But I
Right.
know it.
How about de rigueur?
That means very strict?
I thought it meant it's the norm. De rigueur.
Oh,
What you should do
Yeah.
to be fashionable.
well, you see, you learn something new every day.
And the last one is savoir-faire.
Someone who's got a little bit of elegance and.
So someone who knows how
Smooth, yeah.
someone who knows how to behave,
Yes.
what to say in
Yeah.
diplomatic circles or
Yes.
Yeah.
on social occasions. He's famous for his savoir-faire.
That's
He
it.
always knows what to say and how to behave. Thank
not
you
me.
very much. Now,
To be very
I promise
diplomatic.
this is going to be the last French word for today. Bohemian. Now, your job, being an actor and an actress, has strongly been considered or associated with the Bohemian way of life. Drinking, partying, having
Oh, yeah.
fun. Gilbert, is that true?
Well, I didn't know it was a French word. Did you?
No.
No, I know we're considered to be bohemian. I mean, I think it's only recently we're not regarded legally as rogues and vagabonds on insurance policies and things, I think, weren't we? And we're not. No, we're not rogues and vagabonds at all.
They still won't give me a mortgage.
Yes.
Well, it's just a thing that it's tagged on to us. Like, you know, I don't know many actors call each other lovey, which in England is all the time, isn't it? The media is always on about the lovies, you know? I don't call it, do I?
No.
No.
And I talked to you a couple of days ago, and you told me that you have, back in Britain, you have a 9-to-5 job. Is that true?
Yes. Well, when I'm not acting, I mean, I think the bohemian way of life that's associated with acting is because there's no stability. There isn't a job that you can start at 18 and still be doing at 60 and then getting your pension. It's only in very short bursts. And unfortunately, these don't always last forever. So they're saying 6 months, or in our case, a month. And in the meantime, if you haven't got anything, you've still got to pay the bills. So in the meantime, I am a secretary, which is a very sad thing to admit, but it's true. So,
Right, but you are hoping for a better future? I mean,
of
acting
course.
all the time, right?
Of course. That would be success to me if I could pay the bills by acting and without the other stuff.
Yeah, good. Have you ever toyed with the idea of being an actor or an actress, Kata?
No.
Never?
When I was younger, I used to want to become a director.
Not anymore?
No.
You gave it up. Ah. Marton?
Well, I did have some thoughts because I was acting in the opera, singing in the opera for
Wow.
quite a few years, but not anymore. I don't really think that acting is for me.
Okay, Victoria, please.
I've never wanted to be a professional, but I like acting with my friends, and we often do that.
Good. Andrew,
Not once in my life.
why not?
I don't really have talent, and I have so much stage fright that I couldn't.
Oh, you feel the butterflies in your stomach all
Yes,
the
of
time?
course, always.
Right. Okay, now, the last word for today is audition. You remember your audition when you first went to this entrance examination or audition to become an actor?
To the drama school.
Yes, to the drama school. Gail, you remember this?
I'll never forget it. Well, I do forget it actually, because I was very ill with flu. I seem to be very ill a lot, don't I? Really? I was
No, only twice.
Yeah, and I don't remember it really. I just went on and did it. It's true.
And you had to recite a poem or...
No, you do two pieces. You do a Shakespeare and a modern piece, or vaguely modern. I did Richard II, and I did something from George Bernard Shaw for my second one, playing an old man. I was very young, playing an old man who's got this long speech, and then he goes, it's a wonderful thing. And I got in.
And you had a fever? So you
Yes,
can't-
I was really ill, yeah. I don't remember it, really.
How about you, Lisa? How was your audition?
Well, I did something slightly different because when I went to drama school, I was studying to be a singer and in musicals. So I had to do one piece and one acting piece and a song. And then the rest of the day was dancing and all this sort of business. So, yes, it was a long day. I remember it very well.
Oh, no, we just walked on, did the pieces and walked off.
Oh, no. But it's very tough because you do your first section and then they come out and say, OK, we want to see these people again.
Oh,
and the other people, all the friends that you've made, have to go back home. And you're like, all right, see ya.
But they can try again.
They can, and many people do. They get in second, third time that they audition. So.
I know somebody tried 9 times for my drama school and got in at the end. I never gave in.
Yeah, so we have 2 schools here. Guildford School, who does it belong
That's
to?
where I went to.
It's a nice and prestigious drama school, isn't it?
Mainly for musical theatre, for the musicals and, you know, things like
Right. And Gil, you went to...
Oh, reverence, please. I mean,
So would you say it, please?
oh, the Royal Academy of Dramatic Acting, otherwise known as the RADA. Yes, it was all right.
that. That's the big one.
No,
We're in the presence of greatness, I hope you realise.
I try to be modest.
Right. Now, I asked you about your dream roles, and Gil mentioned something which really surprised me, and a couple of words here that might ring a bell. Lisa, would you help me read out those words?
OK. John of Gaunt, Duke of Lancaster, or Lancaster, depending where you are from the country. Rollingbroke, Duke of Hereford.
Bolingbroke.
Oh, Bolingbroke, OK.
Yeah, it should be Bolingbroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a B, right.
And Thomas Mowbray, Duke of Norfolk.
Yeah, it should be Bolingbroke, and the Henry IV. I think he became Henry.
Well,
so why did you choose this play? I mean, as a role, a dream role.
My dream role was to play Richard, of course, Richard II, but I'm just a little bit too old for that now, so I'll never play it, sadly. But I did do, when I was young again, I did do John of Gaunt, you know, this England, all that business, which was wonderful.
And obviously, the title of the play is Richard II.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't lie, I didn't put it down because it would have been too easy. So it's Richard II, and your dream role?
I would like to do you know a book by Jane Austen called Pride and Prejudice?
Of course.
Well, I think that if there are any more adaptations, I would love to be Elizabeth
there will be.
Bennet.
Definitely
I would love to be Elizabeth, so that would be
very
my...
good. Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
I could play your father. Couldn't I?
Right. You have 10 seconds to try and persuade my students to be an actor. What would you say?
Well, are you all rich? Already? If you are, you can be. No, you'd love it. Lots of rejection, of course. We're being rejected all the time, but not always, you see. We're here, aren't we?
Well, I want to say one thing. 10 days ago, I was sitting in London and I didn't know anything. Then I got a phone call, and now 10 days later, I'm here and I'm in a play. So that's the exciting thing.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. So.
So would you repeat that 10 days ago you didn't even know that you would be performing in Hungary
No.
on a premiere?
Premiere? No, I did not. No. One of the girl playing the lead, unfortunately, had to go back to England. And so they needed somebody to step in. And I got a phone call, and here I am.
And you know the size of the part she had to learn in that amount of time. She's done...
That's fantastic.
She's brilliant.
Congratulations.
Thank
really.
you.
Now, unfortunately, this play is not going to be on in English, but still you can go to the Merlin Theatre and see the play in Hungarian, Proof, and it's a really interesting play, so I recommend that
That's
you should
next week.
Next week. And thank you very much for coming. Listen,
Thank you for
Gil,
having us.
I too.
And thank you, all
that's been wonderful. And next week is going to be English for you again. See you. Bye-bye.